Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, it's Wib, we're back on Epic 7, and today I wanted to talk about something. As you can see, I have a bunch of 6-star units right here, and I even have maybe some troll one, but I have a bunch of 6-star units, some that are very weird, that you guys maybe don't know why I 6-starred, but yeah, I have a bunch of 6-star units, and today I wanted to talk about those units, the old units that were good in the past and just fell out of the meta because they got nerfed or because they just simply were not good enough to fit in the meta. And that, or you will see some of them just were never meta actually. But yeah, I guess we'll go right away with talking about 4-star units. I'll only be talking about 4-star and 5-star because in my opinion 3-star shouldn't be buffed, they should just get an AC and then maybe have the AC be buffed if it's underwhelming. But yeah, in my opinion 3-star shouldn't get buffed, like maybe all players remember the day where Tyrion, Elson and Recoris were the big meta for everything in PvE, well, and that they nerfed them. I guess even if they buffed him back nowadays, they wouldn't even be good. I don't even remember what he used to do. I think he used to have like a defense block on skill 3 and like more perk on skill 1, and maybe something else too, maybe also defense block on skill 1, but yeah. Like, I don't think they could buff skill 3 stars, they could just give them an SC to change completely their kit. But yeah, so I guess we'll go, I don't have that many units I want to speak about, but I guess we'll go right away with green 4-star. I just need to find the green units, yep, right here. You can see all of them, some of them are very good, and some of them have really been used. And I think I want to talk about two now that I think about it. The first one I want to talk about is Silk. I have a 6-star Silk. Reason why is because Silk was actually one of the best openers we had in the game at day 1. It was actually a very decent unit. 1-to-1 base speed seems kinda slow nowadays, but it was one of the base speed we had at the beginning of the game. And honestly, her kit was pretty decent back then, but now I think it's just too old school. I know they buffed her once, but honestly I didn't really do much. I think they need to add a little something to her kit, honestly. She has a focus mechanic, but honestly, it doesn't do much. So her focus ability isn't that useful, because as you can see right here, she consumes her focus, which increase combat readiness by 15%. If she has 2 focus or more, her skill 1 will be a bit better. That's it. In my opinion, that's a very bad skill, especially since you consume 1 focus whenever you get hits, so meaning that you rarely get 2 focus to do the enhanced attack. So yeah, honestly, not that great. The skill 3 is very bad for nowadays, like just a slow and a speed buff. It means you go a lot faster than your opponent, but I mean, there's no sleep, there is nothing else. And I think that's very underwhelming for nowadays meta. So yeah, I guess that's Silk. I won't talk much about the 4-star, I just want them to get something, but I don't really know what. Sometimes I think they should just get revamped the whole kit, but I doubt they really do that much for a 4-star, but I guess who knows, maybe. Another 4-star I want to talk about is Cartuja. Everyone favorite for Fury, it seems. I don't know why. But yeah, I think his kit is... Actually, on paper it looks kinda good, but I think it's his damage that's very underwhelming. He got a small chance to defense break on damage scaling of max HP on the skill 1, and then he got kinda like a pseudo ARV passive on his skill 2 where he gets push whenever you hit him, and if he's under 50% HP he gets even more push. So that can go up to 25% under 50% HP, which is pretty nice. Skill 3 is basically a heal for him, if I remember, yep. Heal, attack break, and defense buff, so the S3 seems actually pretty nice, but I think the problem about him is his damage that are very bad. And I think maybe adding the heal also on skill 1 would make him a very good counter unit, kinda like a pseudo LRV, but 4-star on RGB. And I think that's all he needs. I know it's maybe bad to make a copycat of LRV, but that's all he needs. I mean, it's not the same skill 3 anyway, and I think just giving him some heal on skill 1 and maybe something else on skill 2 as well. But yeah, more damage on maybe heal on skill 1, and I think he will already be some kind of decent bruiser. He has good stat for this. Yeah, see right here his base stat is actually pretty decent. It's very slow, but as I said, it's supposed to be like some kind of counter unit who gets pucked a lot. So Yeah, I guess he could be a very decent bruiser if he gets buff one day. Zerato, because Zerato I think he's been in the game since the beginning, and he's been useless since the beginning. I mean, look, I mean, it's in French, so you can't really get what the skill mean, especially if you've never seen him. He's got a skill tree that just can stun, and it's not 100% chance, which is horrendous. I know he's a 4-star, but not even 100% chance to stun, he doesn't even do that much damage. Yeah, that's pretty garbage. He hits enemy and increase his combat readiness by 50%. Damage increase proportional to if the enemy is debuffed. So I guess he's a debuff scaling unit. And here he just got a slow that's also 50% chance, which is very low. And it's only one target, if I remember correctly. Like, it's not an AoE one. Let's see. I just wanna be sure. Yeah, just a single target skill.
I'm beginning to enjoy this.
And yeah, also it's a skill. It's also a single target skill. So I think his kit is very weird. I think they just need to revamp his whole kit.
Descend.
Oh, we also get to see his kit tree because I don't think that's something you will really see often. But yeah, I think they should just add a whole new mechanic around Ruiz or something, like give a shield debuff or something. Maybe they need to change his whole kit around. He's a mage and isn't particularly good. I mean, 104 base speed, great attack, but he has nothing to survive. He has very poor HP, decent defense, but that's not going to save him. So yeah, he needs something to make him better, but like, he will need a whole kit change in my opinion to be good. But yeah, that's quite sad. That's a unit that's like 4 years older. Like, something that's been here since day one, that's been shit since day one. Like, no one was using Zerato since the beginning of the game, and still no one used him. That's quite sad for a unit. Yep, and another 4-star ice unit that we need to talk about is Romann. In my opinion, he got a very good EE that gives him 10 speed, which brings him to 115. Yeah, 115 base speed. I mean, not base speed, but you get what I mean. He has very high attack stats. He has poor bulky stat, but that's to be expected. He has very high effectiveness, but honestly, his kit doesn't bring enough for him to really use that effectiveness. He can strip. That's about what he can do. He can lance poison, which is kinda useless. I mean, the only poison unit you use in the game is Kiris, and it's only for Abyss. So yeah, change this. And here he can reduce combat readiness on here also, but honestly, he's not a good control unit. I think they just needed to either be a better control unit with better debuffs and poison on skill tree. Like, what the hell is this? Especially, like, I don't understand the logic of bringing poison if you're going to control the units, their CR bars. Because if you don't want them to take a turn, why would you want to land poison when they're not going to take a turn? That doesn't make sense to me. I think they just need to change his whole kit around, like bring sleep, stun or anything here. Maybe silence like his Moonlight version, but maybe that will make him too close to his Moonlight version. But yeah, I think they just need him to make him a DPS or just a full-on control unit. I would rather have him as a DPS because we know how control units fare nowadays. And then we'll go over to the fire unit, and honestly, fire unit, surprisingly enough, I will only talk about one unit, and it's Corvus. For those who remember, Corvus used to be OP, I'll put it that way, and he got nerfed to the point that now it's not used anymore, and I think they could roll back the nerf, and he would still not be good in nowadays meta, so I think they could just roll back the nerf, bring him back before the nerf, and he will still not be that good. But he will still maybe get some use because right now we are not seeing any Corvus anymore, and I think it's quite sad. It was very fun to see him solo team just because he could spam this on heal all the time, and then has this with I don't know what this one is. It's like Fury. What is it? Is it like I think it's like Clarissa buff. I don't know if any 5-star uses this buff, but like it's increasing attack on defense, which by the way is kinda useless for him. I mean, Oh wait, I said attack, but it's defense on ER. No, that's actually great for him. My bad. I thought it was attack, but no, it's great for him. He's scared of defense, which is a defense scaling warrior, so kinda like Lamia, and honestly, it will be very nice. Especially since he got a skill 1 that can transfer debuff, kinda like Bassar. It's actually a very cool mechanic that we rarely see to transfer debuff. I mean, there is Zerato, and it's probably the only good unit that transfer debuff nowadays, and it's kinda getting outlined by Edward nowadays. Then we'll go over to 5-star, and I will talk about the only ML 5-star I will put in this list, and it's LRK. In my opinion, LRK is an anti-AoE unit that does poorly his job. His skill 2 is basically that whenever you do an AoE, you bring up a barrier 1 time per turn, 1 time, and you reduce his skill 3 cooldown by 1 turn. That's honestly garbage. When you see a unit like Ilinav who reduce AoE damage, on him just bringing a bad barrier on reducing cooldown, that's honestly quite sad. Yeah, he reduced damage by AoE by 20%, if I recon, yeah. So that's huge compared to him who just brings a barrier that's not even that big. That's quite the problem with him. Then his skill 3 is just gives immunity on, it's like kinda like an AoE Krau that does almost no damage. Or I guess you could compare it to like almost like a Vivian, ML Vivian skill 3, just that it can't crit on pen death. And it's honestly quite bad, in my opinion. The damage are very negligible even at 3 stacks, unless you're playing RTA and like you are already at Frenzy 10 or something, you're not going to one-shot anything with this skill 3, unless it's squishy units. At stage 1, like, just the first skill 3 you will do, you will not one-shot anything, like, I think the most damage you can do is like 7k, 6k, and it's like, you need a lot of HP. I think for a knight, he's very bad. He doesn't do his job of protecting very well, with just this negligible barrier on skill 2, on immunity on skill 3. I think they either need to make him a fully DPS knight, like really concentrate everything into making his skill 3 and skill 1 hurts more, or they need to make him into a better supportive knight by like giving him AoE damage resistance like Elena or something. Like they really need to buff him, and in my opinion, he's going to be the target of a buff very soon, in the first quarter of this year, hopefully at least, because there isn't that many ML5 units that need a buff yet. I think there is maybe a Tywin, Lilias, but yeah, that's about it. Maybe RB nowadays, but yeah, I mean that's just because RB is getting pseudo nerfed by every extinction unit and stuff like that coming out nowadays. But yeah, then we'll go over to the 5-star and dodging the obvious one like Arunka, who definitely should get a buff next patch, hopefully, because we all know what he does. He does absolutely nothing. So I guess we'll go over to the first one on my list of 5-star, which is Bellona. A unit that's not here since the start. I don't think he was here at the start. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but it's Bellona. So Bellona is actually used. It's a PvE monster unit. It's not summon as well. It's a unit that you see sometimes being used in PvE, mostly Abyss though. But the problem with Bellona is that most of the time when you use her, at least in auto, for my experience, you use her without her skill. So why do you use her without a skill? It's because her skill 2 is very good. Thanks to defense break AoE, and it can be activated when you have max focus. Yeah, I think it's focus. When you have max focus and you do skill 1, you will proc the skill 3. But the reason why you will not use, like, deactivate Bellona's skill is because of her skill 2 that, honestly, is one of the worst skill 2 in the game. It's just an AoE that does negligible damage, gives immunity for 1/3 to the target, so to Bellona, and if you use AoE, you would just strip one buff. That's it. Honestly, her kit is honestly not that bad. The only problem with her is her skill 2, which is very underwhelming and basically bring her down a lot. So I won't say what they should buff, because that's not up to me, but in my opinion, if they want to buff Bellona, maybe give her some kind of, maybe one buff sleep or like a 1 turn buff duration reduce on her skill tree. That would make her very good. I don't she has shitty base speed, so anyway you don't see her being used as an opponent even if they do this. And then maybe buff this so that it does more damage already. It does maybe something else that just like one turn immunity for the caster, it's absolutely useless. And make it just like the skill 1, being able to proc the skill tree, because I think it's dumb. Sometimes Bellona will just use the skill 2 at max focus, and she wouldn't use the skill 3. That's just dumb. They could really just buff her mostly on this. I think the skill 1 is fine. For those who use her in Abyss, it's like a huge source of damage, and I think it's a very good skill 1. Tywin. Honestly, Tywin just now is basically not used. He was great when there was this combo with Bassar plus him, but now it's honestly a useless unit. I don't even know how they will need to buff him, because he's obviously not a knight that's made to like make your team more tanky. He's more of a knight that's here to buff your team. I mean, just look at the skill 2 on how the skill 3 works. So I think they need like something more, maybe. I have absolutely no idea, to be honest, how they could buff him, but he desperately needs something. I'm trying to think at the same time how they could buff him, but honestly I don't think of a way that would really make him work. The only fire unit I'm going to talk about, and I'm not going to talk about Sol, because Sol is actually pretty full, I'm going to talk about Lilias. Yep. In my opinion, Lilias has the same problem as Last Rider Krau, is that he's too much in between damage and support. Skill 3 has a really great potential with units like Senya, Wayung, all those units that have very high attack, to make Lilias skill 3 do very high amount of damage. There used to be a time where it was kind of meta to use it, but it's kind of like Isaiah Tamarin combo. You see it coming 100% and you just have to ban the Lilias or the DPS. So yeah, the problem with Lilias is I think that if they want to make her a good dispel units, they need to maybe bring some ER mechanic to her or something, because she doesn't have any ER, so even in her stats, so I don't think it's a really good thing for her to have a dispel here. I think she will need something else. Unless they want to make her a full DPS, then maybe this is great, but then they will need to change this, which in my opinion doesn't fit with a DPS kit. So yeah, I guess they will need to change this if they want to make her a DPS, and if they want to make her support, they will need to remove the skill tree mechanic of like dealing damage proportional to the highest attack ally, which is in my opinion a very interesting kit, but it's not used that well. But yeah guys, that was it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know if you have any idea for some buff for some units, and let me know if you have any unit you think you would need a buff. I didn't talk about some of them because some of them are too recent. I only spoke about old units, that's why as I said I didn't talk about Arunka. Anyway, I wish you guys an happy new year again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Girl, I told we never took a night off, saw me cold.